Hi, Ken from the Study Center again. Now, for those of you that have visited the website before, you probably noticed under Enrolling Studies, we've got a category called Healthy Volunteer Studies. And shame on us, we haven't done a very good job of describing to you what this is about, what it means, and what we intend for you to consider when you see that. What are Healthy Volunteer Studies? Usually, these are studies of new prospective vaccines that are geared to prevent different types of disease. A lot of you are probably aware of flu vaccines. We start hearing about these every summer, it seems, and the possibility of going out and being recommended. Your doctor's probably telling you to do this depending on your health condition and your age. Literally every year, the flu vaccines that we receive each year have to have been tested in prior years to determine that they will be safe for use and hopefully help prevent or reduce the incidence or likelihood of us getting flu. So flu vaccines are very common vaccines, but there are also vaccines for other disease conditions, and increasingly in the healthcare arena and world, scientists and doctors are working at trying to develop, invent vaccines for a broader array of different disease conditions. But currently you probably hear about vaccines for things like shingles, Ebola. There was an Ebola vaccine that was put together very quickly when we had that Ebola issue a couple years back. Zika, that's something you've all heard about here in Florida. Zika vaccines and vaccine work started almost immediately after that was found to be the case. Meningitis, dengue fever, and many others. Now, when you get the vaccine, that does not mean you're going to get the actual disease. Just a vaccine that's designed to help the body defend itself and combat the possibility of acquiring that disease if you're exposed to it in the future. So really an important thing to do. Now, vaccine studies are relatively simple from a volunteer point of view. Like all of our studies, there'll be a screening process, so if you're interested and you're on our list of people that would like to be contacted about these studies, we'll call you and tell you about the current study that we're going to be running, talk to you about the inclusion and exclusion characteristics to see if you might qualify, give you a chance to indicate whether you're interested or not, and bring you in for a screening visit if that even applies. It may be possible to qualify you right over the phone. And then the actual vaccine process itself is quite customarily just a single vaccine. So you'd come in, complete the process of entering the study, obviously taking a look at the informed consent form so that you know everything there is to know about providing us that consent and entering the study, get the vaccine, probably sit around here for 90 to 120 or so minutes so that we can assess whether there's not any immediate reaction to the vaccine, likely a skin site swelling, pain, that sort of thing, just like you would ordinarily do when you get a flu vaccine from your doctor every year. And then you'd go home and we'd probably make some follow-up phone calls to you. You may or may not come back to the study center for a second final termination visit. Depending on the nature of the study, there might be multiple phone calls that we would make to you going out for 2, 3, 4 months or so. So pretty simple participation situation for you in the study. Now, you may or may not be aware that we here in Fort Myers, the Clinical Study Center, we're a part of a large research organization known as the Alliance for Multi-Specialty Research. And we've got 12 locations around the country, and my sister locations, between all 12 of us, we are very experienced in vaccine studies. In fact, for 2 out of the last 3 years, we have won the award for the best vaccine research site company, and that's this award right here, presented at the World Vaccine Conference. 2 of the last 3 years, best clinical trial site or network for vaccine research. So I've got another one of these coming to pair with it. So if you're going to do a vaccine study with anybody, you're going to be in the best hands if you do it with us. So sign up as a easy for me to say, prospective healthy volunteer if you'd like us to reach out and contact you when we have vaccine study opportunities. Now, we do have just one that I'm aware of coming down the pike. It'll be very small, very specialized. This is only a 5-patient study that we're going to be looking at here. It's for folks that are in the 65 to 81-year-old age range. It is a flu study, but the potential participants in this study will have to qualify on the basis of having some issues of frailty associated with their current condition. I don't have all the details about the study. When I do, I'll get them out on the website like we do with the other studies. So when we get the information, we'll get on the website and tell you what we know. But if you're signing up for a healthy volunteer situation, you can be certain that when we get a study opportunity, we'll reach out to you and let you know what's going on. Thanks again for visiting our website. Thanks again for considering volunteering for a clinical research study, because as you know, this is the only way that we're able to advance medicine and serve others. I appreciate it. Bye now.